Hey, my chickadees. Welcome back to the back 40. Okay, it is day 70. Woo, we have done it. We officially have 30 more days. Hey, Elisa. I'm so happy. 30 more days. Woohoo. Hey, Miss Beth. All right. Well, I ain't got a clue what we gonna do tonight. I was just so blooming happy. I got home before dark 40 from work. Got in my PJs and sat down. Watched me some Miss Bev. Watched me some Miss Diane. While I was watching them, I said, okay, over there is a box of some vintage papers. Hey, Dana, that I have been hoarding. Yes, hoarding. Or I thought it was vintage papers. And I told the little girls, yes, it wasn't anything in my mail today, but I checked it early when I left early this morning. I'll have to check it tomorrow. Am I gonna have something in it? I I said I'm gonna bring out those vintage papers and we're gonna make something with them and I'm gonna quit hoarding them. Well, after I moved Fat Daddy from over there in his spot and got to him, it wasn't vintage papers. It was scrapbooks. But on top of the vintage papers, I found this, a whole box of scraps. And I was like, oh my Lord. So while I was watching the ladies tonight, I sat down and took one of the books that I had gotten from Kat's house. And it has pretty pictures in it, and it's got that good paper because it's a 1949, I think, encyclopedia. Oh Lord, what was it called? That Fanker Wanker something encyclopedia, and it has a really good thick nice paper in it, but it had some water damage to it, so it made the paper just a little brittle. When you crunch it, it doesn't pass the crunch test. So I thought, ooh, let me take my scraps and reinforce the paper with the scraps so I could save the pictures on the inside. Because look at those pictures. Aren't those pictures lovely? And that's such a pretty color. All that boxing and that nice yellow color. And the papers just feel so lovely. So I took my scrap box, and while I was watching them, I went through and just started putting some scraps in. Look at that picture. Look at that. Lovely, lovely. Just lovely. So I used it for a base and started. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at that. Pretty, pretty pictures. So I took them and started doing it. And they've got 4 pages per little signature here. And I was able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them while I was watching the ladies tonight. 5 times 4. That's 20 of these single pages, right? And I still got all these scraps. And look, I took the book out of the cover. See how it just tears? But it's not, it's just some spots are like that, not all of them. But it had such pretty pictures. Look at these pictures. So that's got glue. I know glue that. But it has some pretty pictures, some pretty black and white pictures. So I was saving some of the black. Look at that. Look at that picture. So I was saving some of the pictures and cutting them out and putting them over there for, some other glue booking I want to do or something. That's Helen of Troy. Doesn't look like a gorgeous woman to me, but whatever. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, anyhow, that's what I was doing. Good Lord, everybody's coming. Hey, Angie, how you doing tonight? I know. I saw you working at Venator, and I love the way you did them stamps. I did see the stamps, and I saw that stamp you was going to send to Becca, too. Yeah, how is the baby tonight? Dana was on Becca's live and she had her all up in her arms and she was just laid all back. So that's what I was doing anyhow. So I thought we could just bind these into that no-sew journal. I'm good. I'm good. I got to come home at a decent hour. And I like that little scrap thing. But I thought we would just bind these in the no-sew journal and then kind of decorate it and be done with this one. But then I could just carry on. I thought I'd just whittle them down like that. And make little art journals out of them. They'd make cute little art journals, I think. You could turn that into some stuff when you collage it, reverse collage it, and do some stuff to it. You might see some things in them. You just never know. Never know. Some wine. The kind. Hey, Marty. We made it 70 days, Marty. We got 30 more to go, girl. Some wine, some nice red wine like you take at communion, Elisa. That would be a good wine to celebrate the Pope. I don't know if there's anything special or not because I'm not Catholic. However, that just seems appropriate to me. That's what they give you when you go up there. Of course, I'm not Catholic, so every time I went up there, I had to just get the Father's blessing. I couldn't get the communion. I had to go to my church and get the communion. So I thought what we would do would just do the binding in here, the sew it, and then do the no sew binding on the outside. And I got an Amazon bag to put on. Hey, Colleen, 70 days, girl. I got 30 more, 30 more. A Holy Bloody Mary. Now, will you just get it blessed, or would you use holy water in on it? How would you make a Holy Bloody Mary? Maybe have it just blessed. Oh no. You got overheated? Oh no. Well, I guess he was thinking about the electricity with the lightning. Oh, holy water equals vodka. Well, that is good. You know, vodka is it's holy in some places. You know, I mean, it's made me call on Jesus a couple of times myself. It does have you praying at the porcelain altar. It can. It can. I tell you what, this experience here has been something, y'all. You know, did you have to take a cold shower? Oh, yeah. That overheating, that little heat stroke stuff kind of serious. I mean, that can be a serious situation. I bet you poor Mr. Joe felt so bad. Oh, I should have got my little clamps instead of these big ones. These big ones don't act right. I think it's the nude. Well, I'm glad you're okay now. And Colleen, you doing okay? We know today was a big day for everybody. Got the new Pope, and Mama Bush got her stamp. You know, I call her Mama Bush because she knows she Mama Bush. It's been a good year so far, at least I think. So that's just my opinion. You know what they say about opinions. And I guess I need to, do that disclaimer. I have not been doing my disclaimer before I get started. So I guess I need to just do my disclaimer because, we've been doing some little questionable things here at the night. We've been, oh my God, we have been doing some back 40 after dark. We have been running with scissors. We just it's just some stuff. Just we've been talking some stuff up in here. It's you know. If you ain't 18, you need to hit that door. Yes, you do. Sometimes, it gets a little risque. You went out today and got your ID card. Yay, Angie. You can't, I know. At least I can't wait to get some either. Because this year we got a Betty white stamp and now my Bush stamp. We just cutting up with Grace. Yay for the ladies. And I haven't seen it. Have you seen it? I didn't get to watch it yet. I haven't I didn't get to see the dedication that the First Lady did. I gotta watch that later. I did see the new Pope's picture. And he's Leo the 14th. And I was in a chat when the smoke came and they were talking about it and they were doing this, he was doing the speech and stuff, and asked him about why the name Leo, because my first pope was John Paul. I like John Paul. I wasn't in Catholic, but he was my pope because that's just how it rolls. And so I liked him. And I asked about the Leo name because it just didn't seem that, John Paul has a certain ring to it. It even has a good old Southern boy ring to it. But Leo, I was like, why? Why that name? But then they were telling me that it was a nod to the first, to the Pope Leo, the first Pope Leo. He was the first elected pope or something is what they said. And I don't know nothing about it. That's just what they told me on one of the chats, and they were Catholic, so I guess they already know that kind of stuff. And that didn't make sense. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, okay, Marty. Well, you made it, girl. You came in here, you did your tour, so you made your 70-day mark. Whoop, whoop. You got to bed, get you some good rest, and you have a good doctor's appointment tomorrow. This isn't too bad. I was worried about, I don't know if these papers are going to stay. Now, I did bind them on the back and reinforce it. So, that should be okay. See you tomorrow, Marty. Now, Angie, did you take your pretty picture for your ID? You know, sometimes, depending on who you see, they'll have you looking like you done a mug shot. And before you just kept for a year or two. Okay, Angie. Before you didn't have to keep it that long. Just a year or two, you'd be all right. Now you got to keep it anywhere from 4 to 8 years. Sometimes they'll be having you looking like you just walked out the jailhouse on the other side of the jail. Almost got this done. I was hoping to get this part done before we got on, so y'all wouldn't have to watch us paint dry, but I got too busy up in there chatting because Diane, it was a funny live up there. Then Sherry at the whole bucket got her 500 while we was in there, so we were celebrating that, and then they were laughing and talking about the tarts and stuff, and I just got caught up in it. I tried to be a good disciplined person, but it didn't work. I might have to buy a new pair of scissors. I keep saying that, and I keep forgetting to pick a pair up. Because I surely have messed them up cutting them with just cutting everything with them, whatever I think I need to cut with them. Hey, Teresa. Oh, girl, you are not. You are not. I mean, they're not supposed to look real pretty anyway. I think it's their job to catch you looking like a mug shot. So if you ever had to have a mug shot, they know which one it is. Oh. Hey, Julie. Yeah, I bit my jaw. What did everybody have supper? What did y'all have for supper tonight? I had no hose punching that. I had pork loin and oh wait, that's crooked. There we go. I had pork loin and mashed potatoes and a biscuit. It was good. I thought hubby's gonna pick some gravy, and I think hubby thought I was gonna pick some gravy. So needless to say, there wasn't no gravy fixed. Doggone, I moved it. I hate when that happens, don't y'all? No dinner for you. Fried chicken with salad. Oh, that sounds good. We had a restaurant in one of the towns. They retired and closed up. Good Lord. It is all crooked. They had the best grilled chicken salad. Oh my God. So good. So sad. I think I'll never have one of those salads again. Lord, they've been in business since I was a little girl. I guess, the kids didn't want to take it over. And Daddy was ready to retire. Hell, he's done worked 70-some years. He's ready to retire before he dies. So you can't blame him. Can't blame the children either, because owning a restaurant, doing that type of stuff in the business and all. That's time consuming. That's life consuming. And y'all, we were over there, and Miss Sherry was getting her 500, and Mo was over there, and they were sharing out because she didn't like but just a few to get to it. And it was just heart touching. Just made me want to cry. I mean, just made me want to cry. Everybody is just so supportive of each other. And they were talking about, what a great community we have and how everybody is supportive. And they're right, because, I hop on all kind of lives, and I'll pop in, and, you know, some of them are other people that they just don't talk to you. You say hello to them, and you're wondering if you done got zapped by YouTube and can't nobody see you. And it's not just the people that in the chat that are chatting and talking to you. It's even the person that's doing the live. They'll say comments and stuff to other people that's chatted something above you and below you and not say nothing to you. And you a new person up in their room. My mama taught me when somebody walked through the front door you ain't never seen before, you say, hey, welcome them in, figure out who they are. But since I walked through these doors of this community, I mean, the very first time I popped through them doors, I made to feel like I was welcomed, supported, brought in. It was like I was a long lost relative that just came off the boat home. And they had been waiting on me. Okay, there we go. Now, let's see if I do what I normally do. Put something upside down. Okay, this goes this way. I'm going to lay it like that. Hey, Erin, how you doing? Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it? Yeah, I try to always be there. I don't make it sometimes, especially if I'm having to do that dark 40 stuff at work. But I try to make it. But I tell you what, on those Wednesdays at 4:00 in the morning, whoo, Lord, I can't do that. I tried. I just can't get up. A couple times I made it to the balcony. See, I knew I was going to do that. Lord have mercy. There we go. Okay, that's right. I even put Sissy's owl paint in there. Isn't that funny how we do something? I've noticed that in other people's work. Okay, all these pages seem to be right. And it goes that way. Like I have always, even when it was shabby chic stuff, no, eclectic, no matter what I was doing, there will always be one of my sister's prints in it. And then another lady, she was always putting a particular doodle in hers and all of them. It's funny how that wasn't quite dry. I thought I had dried all of those. It's funny how we do things like that. Always a particular thing or a particular element, something of that nature. Okay, so we got them all. If they go like this, I'm going to fold this in to give the side. Okay. So, all right, and make sure they all line up because that's an important piece of this no-sew thing when you're doing the glue, and they have to all line up on the spine. Okay. And then we're going to glue it. I'm just going to use my Faber-Tac. Okay, I better do it this way. Hold on, because I'm just going to screw up. I better turn it like this and do it this way so I can just lean it over. Oh, y'all, my baby goes on his little trail. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. You hear horror stories about them senior trips. Wouldn't be so bad if I hadn't been a senior myself once. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm going to put it here. Make sure I line it up right. That's the most important thing is they lined up right. Yep. On the coast. They're going to the coast, which isn't too bad. It's not too bad. They were going way off, and then I don't think the seniors and stuff wanted to do it, and I don't think any of the parents wanted to do it or whatever, and so they didn't, and they had a change in the senior guard, so that kind of put a creak in some of their planning times. So the principal came up with the trip and took it over and got them this little trip, so they at least have a trip. So I thought that was good, but still. So he will be okay. I know he will. The Lord's gonna watch over him because I done played the blood of Jesus over him and everybody else. But it's still, you know how it is. He the baby. Do I need to say more? He the baby. You know, he a grown ass man, but he the baby. Whew. He the one that just took that hatchet and just cut my umbilical cord. Didn't even give me time to try to do it. He just cut it. Just chopped it off. I had to double check behind myself one more time. Because you know I am bound and determined. It'll never fail on me. It is nice to have somebody do some taking care of you when you're always the one taking care of things. You know, sometimes your plate just kind of be overflowing there a little bit. But that's how you rock and roll, 'cause that's how you always had to rock and roll. But it's nice sometimes just to have somebody to say, just hold the heck up, I got this. And really mean it. That's the important part. They're really meaning it.
Centuries.
That back one just doesn't look right there. Let me- All right. Okay. Now it won't take long since that back tack. Okay, how long did it take me to do that? 32 minutes. Woo, Lord. You think I could get faster? I just can't craft any faster than that. I know, but them babies sure are hard to let go of. That middle baby's hard to let go of. All my babies hard to let go of. Now I have this. I thought I would use for the cover. And I didn't want. I thought I would use this for the cover part. And just kind of let it lap over like that. Be kind of a messy cover. And cover it with fabric on the edges. Like that. So I could paint the brown, you know, not cover with fabric, so we could paint it and put stuff on it. Because, you know. And then who knows, if I wanted to, I could always come back in and Oh my God, I couldn't do that again if I wanted to. That's a miracle. Y'all write it on the calendar. Now let me make sure I can see. Hold on, let me hold my breath. Oh my God. Did y'all see that? Write it on the calendar. That was straight. Oh, that's so good, Angie. Oh, that is so sweet. It is wonderful to have somebody like that. I got my bonbon and Dawn and my Nana. I cannot believe I did that, y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That's a miracle. I have that straight problem. I do. I really, really do. Oh. Oh. How is New York? New York. New York. Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to do that there. I was supposed to come over here. New York. Now, what story do y'all want me to read tonight? Does anybody have one? Any fairy tale story they want me to read? Hey, how you doing, Glitter? How you doing? Cindy in the house.
It's on the table.
Now they're looking for dinner floss.
I'm not sure what it's called.
What?
Usually, like container, the white container that's yours. Usually, is where they're always stored. Do that or
Scary and creepy story
white
out there.
basket.
I don't know. All of those Grimm Brother tales, fairy tales, are kind of scary and creepy if you ask me. It is nothing like I was read to me when I was a child growing up. I don't remember half of that stuff. Whew. Y'all, I was in a chat today and they were contemplating whether you were an artist. I think it was in where were we? Hold up. Day Trip Vintage, maybe. Um, about whether you call yourself a crafter or an artist. They had a good discussion going on about that. So Diane, this is what I did. I don't know if you saw when you came in. This is what I did when I was watching you. I found this box of scraps when I thought I had some vintage stuff in the corner that I was hoarding. I found this box of scraps. I thought I had worked all those scraps down, and bam, there was a box. So I started using it to reinforce this, make a little art journal thing with it. Like I need another one. Oh, that's cool, glitter. What about, do you have a local library that has books that they give away, or an exchange? Yeah, check that out because they have it. They also have some of them I have where they have the old magazines that they are cycling out, or that people bring in from the community, and they have them for free, or they have the free community magazines. You can check that too and ask the librarian. They'll know. The way I say glitter. Well, at least it wasn't Olive from Popeye. Oh, yes, it's that book fair. Oh, I'm so jealous. My pocketbook's not jealous, but I'm so jealous. Not so much the books. Not so much the books, but all the ephemera pieces. But it's pretty cool. I've been finding some cool stuff. Look at this. This is one of those things that I found. My darling sister. And then she had written up there, written in 1928. And it was a letter that she had saved. I thought that was pretty cool. Uh-oh. Maybe that was funny. Who was I supposed to give a chicken to? Okay. It's supposed to be in Miss Beth and Stephanie. So when you get your package, if there's not one of these chickens in it, you need to let me know because this might be yours. I haven't packed Bonnie's up yet, so I can check it to see if that's hers. That might be hers. But check your package. Oh, Elisa. It's not anything in particular. I do. The only book I do need that I'm looking for, and I pay for it, is the Edgar Allan Poe. I'm trying to find one of those for Brandon, for my nephew. I got one that Cheryl sent me, but he doesn't want. Oh, here it is. He doesn't want me to tear it apart. I got it sitting up here because I'm supposed to give it to him when I give him his book. Um, it's an old one. She sent it to me. It is a 19. Oh Lord, he loves him some 1904. He told me don't tear this one apart. It was too good shape. He wanted to keep it. So I've got it sitting up here, but I need an Edgar Allan Poe to make his journal out of, and for him to want stuff like that, because that's my special baby. That's saying a lot. So I'm still on the hunt for an Edgar Allan book to use to make his journal out of. Okay, I think that's good. Let's see. See if I glued it all together. All right. Let's pick this up in the middle. I'm about to glue it all together. I rubbed it so hard. All right. All right, I did good. Okay, now let's paint the outside. Woohoo! Let's get some paint out and make a mess. We got our gel stuff. Maybe we could make our gel, put our washi tape around it after we get through painting. Oh, cool. That would be awesome, and I'll pay you for it. Yeah, I have her. I have the Calico Collage, Edgar Allan Poe stuff. I've got it. I used some of that in his last journal. I love Calico Collage. You know, she a Mississippi girl, and uh, I got her. I started using her at the very beginning of my junk journaling. Oh, that would be cool because he would love it. He loves him some Edgar Allan Poe. But you know that's that dark humor, dark kind of stuff that he is. Okay, I want to put some paint on this, and I want to put some with some stencil. I'm going to do some different little stenciling up on it. And I got some new stencils. I like this rug. It keeps my feet good and warm, but Lord, this chair won't work on it. If Fat Daddy gets behind, I'm afraid I'm going to step on him. Now this is some stencils that I made. What am I creeping? 100 years ago, I think. Ha ha ha, it's got a bull on it. Oh. Two. Boy, that paper is so thick it feels like 2 sheets. You know, he just hurt my heart. Just my little heart. He didn't think about it. He just read them. That's all he did. Read them, wrote in them, studied them. He didn't think about, saving them, prosperity, collection, and junk journaling. Oh, he should have asked me. Put this here. I think this is made out of paper. It's a paper stencil. And I designed and cut it on the Cricut. I was trying to do something. I'm going to lay that over here. That's going to get everywhere. Okay, and then they weren't really good for math. Uh-oh. Let's see. I just put it right back in. Why did I put it right back in there? Tell me that. Tell me why I did that. Doesn't really matter. It's just background anyway. But still. Don't blame me, blame Carrie the crafter. Ever since then, I just can't waste it. It's his fault. All right, I'm going to have to let that dry. And then I'm going to do some circles. And then I want to brush over it with some color. And then I'm going to put Stay Wild in black, because I got to work on the pen on that one. So that's got that so far. We'll finish decorating that tomorrow. It has been 1 hour. It took me an hour to put that book together and start doing the painting. God, I got to get faster, y'all. I just got to get faster. Hell, I don't know. This shape here, ain't got a clue. I don't know. That was, I think, a horseshoe, and I made it fatter. And that was a C. Okay, that was a C there. And then that was a horseshoe, and I think I made it fatter. And then I stuck them all together, and I cut it out on the Cricut. It's paper. Actually, it's one of those folders, like you buy at Walmart, when those little thin folders, file folder, hanging file folders. And then this one was the nesting circles here. So they're actual masks, not really stencils, but masks. These are the nesting circles. And then this one, I forgot what that was. I think that was around, the monogram, and I just saved that part of it. That goes in with the nesting circles. And this, I think, was a cloud. And I just made it, all funky fat. That goes in with those nesting circles. But I was just trying to play on my Cricut and make some shapes and stuff with them that might look like something I could use. That was back when I first got my gel plate. That is that's a flower. And that was one of those innards of the other stencil. That was before I bought me some stencils. I decided I like it, so then I decided I had to buy all these stencils. Then I got too scared because I wanted to, trim these up and cut these out, and I got too scared. But I don't think I'm going to be scared no more. I think I'm going to start cutting up stuff. Okay, so that's got that. All right. I'll fold that over so I won't be getting myself wet with paint. I'm going to put this in here because when that dries, that I just threw that book on top of. Lord. When that dries, then I'll rub it down with another color. I was thinking maybe something translucent. I'll look and see. I was thinking more of a purplish translucent. I don't know. Maybe a wash. And then I'll put that black Stay Wild on top of it. That's the plan. I don't know if it's going to wind up that way. All right. I better put that in that water. Okay, let's see. What do we have tonight? Now, Bonnie said something, and I'd like for y'all to think about it. It was how cool it would be if we wrote a story. Y'all could do different parts of a story, and I could put them together and come up with a story. We could put it in a journal. Fix up on journal pages and send it out or something. Let's see. We have Rapunzel, We have Sleeping Beauty. Let's look at one I haven't heard before. Some of these things, I don't know, I'm scared to read. Like the Jew Among Thorns. I don't know, I'm kind of scared to read that with everything else been going on in this book. There's The Little Farmer, The Giant and the Tailor. The Frog Prince. Any of these hit anybody? Night, Aaron. Oh, well, good night and drive safely tomorrow. The Griffin. The Pink. Oh, the Pink sounds like it might be pretty cool. Just because the name I like pink. The Stolen Pennies. The Rose. Oh, I am not even going to attempt 12 Apostles till I read that. The Crystal Ball. Maybe we need a crystal ball to tell us something, huh? What y'all think? I think so. Let's see what this crystal ball has to tell us. It is on page 477. Let's find 477. I don't know how long it is. We might not get through it all. Oh, yeah, we will. It ain't but a page and a half, it looks like. Yep, it's a page and a half. Let's see if this page and a half story has got to tell us. I need to start marking when I read these on live. Okay, everybody snuggle in. Snuggle down in and get all comfy and covered up. The crystal ball. Let's see what this little short story has to tell us. There was once an enchantress who had 3 sons who loved each other as brothers. The enchantress had 3 sons who loved each other as brothers. Wasn't they brothers? Okay. But the old woman did not trust them. And she thought they wanted to steal her power from her. So she changed the eldest into an eagle. Oh, Lord. Which was forced to dwell in the Rocky Mountains and was often seen sweeping in great circles in the sky. The second, why, she changed him into a whale, a big old whale, which lived in the deep sea. And all that was seen of it was it sometimes spouted up a great jet of water into the air. Each of them only bore his human form for 2 hours every day. Only 2 hours. The third son, who was afraid she might change him into a raging wild beast, a bear perhaps, or a wolf, went secretly away. He ran away in the night. He had heard that a king's daughter who was bewitched was imprisoned in the castle of the Golden Sun and was waiting for deliverance. Those, however, who have tried to free her risked their lives. 23 youths had already died a miserable death. Not only one other might make that attempt. Nobody else. After which, no more must come. And as his heart was without fear, he caught an ideal. He said, I'm going to seek out the castle of the golden sun. For he had already traveled half a long time without being able to find it. And when he came by chance onto a great forest and didn't know the way out of it, well, all at once, in the far, far distance, there was two giants who made a sign to him with their hands. And when he came to them, they said, "We are quarreling about a cap, of which of us is to belong to, and as we are equally strong to, neither of us can get the better of the other. The small men are cleverer than we are, so we will leave the decision to you. How can you dispute about an old cap?" said the youth. "Don't you know what properties it has? It is a wishing cap. Whoever puts it on can wish himself away wherever he likes, and in an instant he'll be there." "Give me that cap," said the youth. "I will go a short distance off, and when I call you, you must run a race." Yep, he's fooling them. "And the cap shall belong to the one who gets to me first." Well, he put that cap right on his head, and away he went. And he thought of that king's daughter. Yes, he did. He forgot about the giants and walked continuously onward a long, long way. And he sighed from the very bottom of his heart and cried, "Ah, if I were but at the castle." The castle of the golden sun. And hardly had the words passed his lips than he was standing on a high, high mountain at the gate of that very castle. Just took him right away to the castle. He entered and went through all the rooms until the very last one, where he found that king's daughter. But how shocked he was when he saw her. She was ashen gray face, full of wrinkles, dull eyes, and red hair. "Art thou the king's daughter, whose beauty the whole world praises?" he cried. "Ah," she answered, "that is not my form. Human eyes can only see me in that state of ugliness." Oh, Lord. But they may know what I am truly like. If I look in the mirror, it does not let itself be misled, and it will show you my image and my true self. She gave him the mirror in his hands, and he looked and saw the most beautiful maiden on earth, and saw too how the tears was rolling down her cheeks with grief. Oh, Lord, the poor baby. Mm, mm, mm. Then he said, "How can this be set free? How can I help you? I don't fear any danger." She said, He who gets that crystal ball and holds it up before the enchanter will destroy his power with it, and I shall resume my true shape." She went on to add, "So many of those have gone to meet their death trying this now, and you were so young. I grieve that that will happen to you, and you or encounter so much danger. Nothing can keep me from doing it, he said. But tell me, what must I do? You shall know everything, said the king's daughter. With the deepest mountain on which the castle stands, a wild bull will stand below by a spring, and then you must fight with it. And if you has the luck to kill it, a fiery bird will spring out of it, which bears in its body a burning egg. And in that egg is the very crystal ball that you seek, and it lies in it like a yolk. The bird, however, will not let you have it. No, it won't. He will not let the egg fall until the forced to do so. And if it falls on the ground, it will flame up and burn everything that's near it and melt even the very ice cave itself. And with it, the crystal ball, and then all your trouble would have been in vain. Oh, Lord, you can't drop the ball. Hot potato, hot potato. The youth went down to the spring where that old bull was standing, snorting and blowing and bellowing at him. And at the long struggle, he plunged his sword deep into that poor animal's body, and it fell down instantly, flaming into that fiery bird. And it rose up from it and was about to fly away. But that old young man's brother, that eagle, who was just passing between the clouds, swooped down and hunted it away. To the sea it did, and struck it with its beak until in its extremity it let the egg fall. Oh, wee. But the egg, you see, it didn't fall. No, sirree, it didn't. It fell into the sea. So it didn't land on the ground, but the sea. But on the fisherman's hut, which stood on the shore, on that hut, began all at once to smoke and was about to break out in flames. Then arose in that sea big old high waves, as high as a house, and steamed all over the hut and submerged the fire, put it out. The other brother, the whale, you see, had come swimming to him and had driven the water up on high waves, and the fire was exhausted. The youth sought for the egg. Yep, he went scrambling looking for it. And he was happy when he found it, for it was not yet melted, and the shell was broken. And being slowly cooled by the water, he could take out the crystal ball unhurt. Ooh-wee. When the youth went to the enchanter and held it before him, the latter said, "My power is destroyed. From this time forth, thou art the king of the castle of the golden sun. With this, you can likewise give back to your brothers their human form." Then the youth hastened to the king's daughter, and when he entered the room, she was standing there in full splendor of her beauty, and joyfully they exchanged rings with each other. The end. Whew. All right. Well, that was a short and sweet one. It wasn't too bad, considering what we've been reading from these people. Okay. That's all I got tonight. I'm going to go to bed for a big day tomorrow. I got to go have that mammogram done, get my tecti squashed. All right. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. If the creek don't rise and the Lord's willing, since this don't quit raining, I hope the Lord's willing. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.